Hello, hello to everybody. Very glad and very happy to hear you and to see you all in our webinar about ADM telematic solutions. And if you can hear me well, if you can see me well as well, could you just raise your hands? Okay, so I could understand that everything's okay. Okay, I see that everything's okay. So today we decided to hold this more general webinar. It won't be about some sophisticated technical details and features of our telematic solutions, but it will be mostly about how to use them properly, where to use them, and what device to choose specifically for your project. And actually, I would like to, first of all, if you don't know me, my name is Ksenia Tiechkova, and I work in the company Neomatica. Neomatica is the manufacturer of GPS trackers, of wireless sensors, wireless immobilizers, RFID readers, RFID tags, and also vehicle and personal trackers. And I will be just presenting, introducing for you our solutions, and we'll be talking about how to use them and in what situations to use them, how to properly choose them, and so on. Okay, I see that maybe we can get started, I think, yes, by the time. And you will be always also able to check our broadcasting on YouTube without any problem. And you can even make questions on YouTube as well. And here, if you're here in this chat. So let's get started. And I would like just to hold this webinar in the form of question answer. And the first question, maybe very simple for us as the manufacturer of telematic devices, what GPS tracker to choose for your project? Why am I asking this question? Because this is maybe the top question, the most frequently asked questions, which we usually receive from our customers. The question is very simple from one point of view, but from another point of view, it's not so simple, because really trackers are always different, can be really different, and sometimes it's really hard to understand what GPS tracker you need for your project. So in Neomatica, we have two main types of GPS trackers. We produce vehicle GPS trackers and autonomous GPS trackers. It's not trackers, but tracker, because we have just one model, one type of personal or autonomous GPS tracker. So here the choice is rather easy. Vehicle trackers are different from autonomous GPS trackers in one main thing. Vehicle trackers always need a power source to work properly, because despite of the presence of the battery inside these trackers, they will not be able to function autonomously all the time. And in Neomatica, we have 4 types of vehicle GPS trackers, because I will start from vehicle GPS trackers, because they are, I would say, more demanded and more popular among our customers, because we normally deal with fleet management companies. And here we have vehicle GPS trackers, but vehicle GPS trackers as well may be different, because in Neomatica we have these very small GPS trackers, vehicle GPS trackers, without any embedded battery, and these two with embedded battery, incorporated battery. So you may ask, in what situations you may need a tracker without battery, and in what situation you will use a tracker, you will choose a tracker with embedded battery. So actually, if you don't need it, you don't want to discharge the battery of your vehicle, we would recommend you to use these one of these small GPS trackers, because they don't have any battery inside and they will be powered from your vehicle. However, during the stop, they won't discharge the battery of your vehicle, and if you don't need it, if this is what you're looking for, in this case, you really need the small, one of these small GPS trackers. If for some reason in your project you have requirements for recording data during stops, for example, when your vehicle is parked, anyway, you don't want to lose your data, and you need a GPS tracker which would be recording all the data continuously and storing them. So in this case, we would recommend a GPS tracker with embedded battery. And you have a choice between these two, also very small compact GPS trackers. You may ask me why they are so similar. Yes, because apparently you can see very similar boxes, very similar devices. However, I have two GPS trackers like this and two like that. So because they are different, and this is the second difference about our vehicle GPS trackers, because some of our vehicle GPS trackers support Bluetooth Low Energy Protocol, and some of them don't support it. What does it mean? For example, we have the abbreviation BLE in the name of some our vehicle trackers. For example, this tracker is called ADM 007 BLE. BLE means Bluetooth Low Energy. And here it's just ADM 007. So it means that if you are planning to use also some types of wireless sensors, for example, fuel level sensors, temperature sensors, humidity sensors, axle load sensors, and so on, we could recommend you to use a wireless GPS tracker, wireless only in the meaning of its connection with all kinds of Bluetooth Low Energy sensors. And here you also have the choice between the Bluetooth Low Energy tracker with embedded battery and without it. And it's very logic that now I can introduce you our wireless sensor, because with these trackers here, every time you can catch this BLE letters, it means that you have the wireless GPS tracker. And in Neomatica, we also produce wireless sensors. For example, we make this round temperature, humidity, and doors sensor. We make this square inclination or tilt sensor. And our partners also make these wireless fuel level sensors, which are all compatible with these GPS trackers. It means that when you will be installing all these sensors somewhere on your vehicle, you will not have to put any cables between all these sensors and these GPS trackers. And moreover, the installation and configuration process will be via an application, a free application, which you can freely and easily download to your smartphone. So the whole installation and configuration process in this wireless case is much easier and really simplified if we compare this process with the standard and conventional way of doing things. So that was actually the introductory part about our wireless devices. Another wireless device, which we are also manufacturing right now in Pneumatica, is our wireless immobilizer, ADM 33, as we call it. This wireless immobilizer can be also connected to this GPS tracker, ADM 333 BLE, also without any cables between them, without any physical connection. And this tiny thing, small thing, functions as two relays in just one device, because it's capable to play the role of an electromechanic relay, and also it may function as a semiconductor relay. Yeah? And you can configure it as you wish. It's cryptographic. It means that nobody will have an access to this device, because you will have your own password, and you will be able to manage this device from your smartphone or from the server using the GPS tracker if you want to use it with this device. However, it's also possible to use it fully autonomously, even without GPS tracker. So that was about our wireless devices. Very quickly, if you have some questions about our wireless devices, I can answer them right now, because now I will be passing to radio frequency readers and tags. Okay, but I think that everything now is a bit clear. So I will just put them a bit away. Okay, all these wireless devices. And now I would like to talk a bit about Bluetooth, because now actually I was talking about Bluetooth Low Energy. However, there are various types of Bluetooth. Some types of Bluetooth allow us to connect wireless devices, and some other types of Bluetooth do not allow this. And in our standard wired GPS trackers, we also use Bluetooth, but it's not Bluetooth low energy. It's just a simple Bluetooth, the same, for example, that you have in your smartphone, but with this standard Bluetooth 3.0, as it is called, yes, the version of this Bluetooth, you'll be able to configure your GPS tracker, which is very comfortable, without any laptop or special tools. And also you'll be able to connect wirelessly a headset also to this GPS tracker. So you have also this option in standard GPS trackers, which do not have this BLE abbreviation at the end. So another wireless technology that we also use in Pneumatica is about RFID, because in Pneumatica we also produce RFID readers and RFID tags. Yes, here. And this is the RFID reader, and this is the RFID tag. Our actually the operation principle of this solution is also wireless, because there is no physical connection between this reader and this tag. And our RFID tags are active. It means that in contrast with passive RFID tags, which maybe you could see in the form of stickers, RFID stickers, which are put in some boxes, some cargoes, for example, to monitor them. Our tags are active. It means that they also transmit data, and their overall functionality is very different from passive RFID tags. So, and it really depends on your project, because in some projects you really need using passive RFID solutions with passive RFID tags, but sometimes you need to use active RFID tags. The good example here is when you need to monitor, monitor, for example, trailers, or let's imagine garbage bins, for example. Yeah. So in this case, the active RFID tag would be maybe the ideal solution for you, because you will have to also receive data from the object you are monitoring and identifying with this tag. RFID reader, radio frequency reader, should be connected to one of our GPS trackers. In this case, it's ADM 333, and they are connected via RS 485. You will need an adapter to do it, but generally it works as a solution consisting of 3 elements: tags, reader, and a tracker. So I would like also to emphasize that there is an alternative solution to RFID technology, which has been used during many years, because now we have a new feature in this GPS tracker, apparently the same but not the same, because it's wireless GPS tracker, and now it supports BLE tags. What does it mean? Tags may be RFID, like this one, and tags with the help of which you are monitoring some separate objects, maybe also Bluetooth Low Energy. And actually, in some situations, for some projects, it's quite worthwhile to use Bluetooth Low Energy tags with this GPS tracker, because this GPS tracker supports iBeacon and Eddystone tags, which you can use to identify people, for example, various objects like also garbage bins. I don't know, in hospitals sometimes we had a project with air ventilators, for example, and many other objects. Here are many ideas, and there are many opportunities here, because it's only up to you, up to your imagination how you can use it. So that was the alternative solution, and actually I'm talking about all this very rapidly, because my idea was just to generally introduce you all what we produce, all that we have in Neomatica, and if you have some questions, you can make them, and I will be answering during my presentation. So that was about how you can identify different objects, yeah. And the third thing I would like to talk about today is how to monitor fuel, yeah? Because this is also a very popular subject, and maybe every day we are getting and receiving various questions about how to monitor fuel with our devices. I would say that there are 2 main, or even maybe 3 main general approaches to this, because your basic and your main device in this case will be a GPS tracker, because it will be managing your fuel level sensors, or it will be managing some other devices, which will be helping you to monitor your fuel. In this case, you can use any of our GPS trackers. Yes. Why I say any? Sorry, not ADM 07, which is without BLE. So this not. So you can use one among these 3 GPS trackers, because this ADM 333 is equipped with the special interface RS485, which you can use to connect a simple wired fuel level sensors. For example, as I have here, yeah, I have here the fuel level sensor of the company Escort, and with the usual wires, you will be connecting this fuel level sensor to your GPS tracker. In this case, for sure, you will have to drill the tank and to connect your fuel level sensor with the GPS tracker using a laptop, using the app on your smartphone, and so on. This is the very standard traditional way for monitoring the fuel level and the fuel. Another option, another way is to use, for example, this GPS tracker or this one. So our GPS trackers, which have BLE letters in their names. And in this case, you will not have to use any cables. However, in this case, you will have to use a different model of fuel level sensor. For example, here we have 2 options. One option is by the company Techniton, because they have wireless fuel level sensor with Bluetooth energy module, as well as you can use Escort wireless wireless fuel level sensor, and both of them are quite compatible with these small trackers. So in this case, anyway, you will have to drill the tank, but you won't have to use any cables, any physical connection between these fuel level sensors and your GPS trackers. However, the operation principle will be just the same as in the first situation, in the first case. And the third, less known option for monitoring fuel is using this very small device, CanLog. In this case, you will not have to use any fuel level sensor, you will not have to drill anything. The only thing you will have to use in combination with this small device is our GPS tracker ADM 333, because you will connect this small device CanLog to this GPS tracker via RS485, and it will enable you with all data from Canvas. If you are really interested in how it works and what vehicles are supported, we can share with you the list of all supported vehicles, because it's really interesting way. However, maybe the negative point about this way is that it's not so precise as fuel level sensors. However, sometimes in some projects you don't need this precision, and sometimes it's quite good to use these 2 small devices instead of fuel level sensors. So I have the first question: what are the issues when you use BLE fuel sensor so far? Actually, if we compare Bluetooth Low Energy fuel level sensors with conventional fuel level sensors, and when we compare traditional way, wired way with wireless way, I think that maybe the problem here, mostly actually the problem that sometimes people may face is the connection Bluetooth between the two devices. However, if you follow the instructions and the guidelines stipulated in our manuals and described in details in our videos on YouTube and so on, if you follow the instructions of our technical support and of the technical support of the manufacturers of fuel level sensors, you will not face these kind of problems, because here the problem is mostly related to the improper installation of the devices. Because when people do not know that, for example, Bluetooth low energy antennas should be directed to the Bluetooth antennas of the tracker, I mean, Bluetooth antennas in the sensor should be directed toward the Bluetooth antennas of the tracker. When people start to install GPS devices or fuel level sensors in some heavy metallic surfaces, and when people, for example, try to simultaneously use some Wi-Fi connections and so on, all this can really affect the quality of connection, and you may face connection problems and so on. However, I can just repeat and emphasize that following instructions is crucial here, and if you follow our instructions, everything will be fine. So, okay, that was about fuel monitoring. Now you know 3 ways how to monitor your fuel. Wireless way of monitoring, conventional way, wired way of monitoring fuel, and monitoring fuel with CAN-log. So, here I would like to pass to another device, our personal GPS tracker, because this is a quite different thing. In the very beginning of my presentation, I told you that we have 2 main types of GPS trackers. And the first type was about vehicle GPS trackers, and I very briefly told you about them. And the second type is personal or autonomous GPS tracker. You can see that in contrast with all these trackers with wires, it doesn't require any installation, because it even doesn't have any cables coming out from it. And in this case, you can put it wherever you want. You can wear it in your pocket. You can wear it on your belt, on your waist, for example, as you wish, or just put it somewhere just to monitor the location of the object. So this autonomous tracker is quite perfect to monitor various objects, just like, for example, some valuable things. This tracker is largely used now by our clients to monitor people, workers, employees, janitors, for example, and so on and so forth. So you can also use this tracker to monitor some objects with the difficult access, or you can use it for example, to monitor people who work in some closed enterprises, plants, for example, where some authorized and unauthorized staff, for example. The interesting point about this GPS tracker is that is always its battery. Because the battery of this device, and this device is called ADM 50, I didn't say it. So it has a battery which is capable to function up to 1 year, and even we say up to 17 months without recharge, because we have a client in Russia who used this GPS tracker during 17 months without recharge. And all this because it has very flexible configuration tools. It's capable to function in 3 different modes. For example, it's capable to function in tracking mode, active mode, when it's always sending notifications and all data about the location of the object. It's also capable to work in beacon mode, when it's not updating, it's not reporting during the stops or during the absence of any movement, and also the mode of deep sleep, which actually allows to use it during 1 year or even longer. We have a special case for this GPS tracker, which you can use to wear it on your belt, for example, or in your pocket if you want. And it really makes it a very useful device, very useful tool to monitor everything, actually. Even animals are monitored with this GPS tracker. In Kazakhstan, we have a client who are using it, this tracker already, who has been using this tracker for many years already to monitor horses. So I have a question. Any way to connect existing anti-theft alarm systems installed in some vehicles? Actually, existing anti-theft alarm systems, I think, Amadou, you mean the conventional maybe relays? Or, sorry, yes, I understand that it's about alarm, because our ADM 33, which I presented, I introduced in the very beginning of this webinar, is not compatible with the conventional alarm system, because it's quite a different device, wireless device. And when you work with this device, actually you will have to forget about conventional alarm systems, because it will be all about Bluetooth Low Energy devices, which you will be able to connect with this immobilizer. So I think that I told you about all our devices. I just wanted to emphasize that just to come back a bit to our sensors, because I just mentioned that our sensors are compatible with our wireless GPS trackers. However, we have 2 types of wireless sensors, as I already mentioned: angle sensor and this multifunctional sensor, which is capable to simultaneously measure temperature, humidity, magnetic field, and light. Magnetic field and light are used to understand whether the doors in the vehicle are opened or closed. So we use 2 parameters to monitor this. And the difference between these 2 wireless sensor is also about their how you can use it with or without GPS tracker, because our round multifunctional sensors may be used fully autonomously, even without GPS tracker, because you can manage them using an application from Google Play, and you can configure them in Google Play, and even you'll be able to generate reports about different parameters and download these reports in CVS format and use them even without any software in this case. Okay, I have another question. If you have several vehicles, how do you choose the one to unlock with ADM 33? So as I already mentioned, ADM 33 is a cryptographic device, and you will always be able to create a special password and to avoid all kinds of situation when anybody else could use your immobilizer, your vehicle, and so on. So it's the big difference with these sensors, because our sensors are not cryptographic, because we didn't create them, and they were not designed and conceived as anti-theft and security solutions. And ADM 333 is an anti-theft solution. For this reason, it's cryptographic, and you can manage it with the special password. So, actually, the logic of all these accessories, yes, is that they all support Bluetooth Low Energy Protocol. But here the difference, for example, sensors in this case are active. They also transmit data, this immobilizer is not active. We did it especially to hide it, and because we were thinking of it as a ghost device, which will be totally undetectable by offenders, by thieves. And now it is very successfully used by our clients in Africa, for example, in Russia as well, as a huge and very interesting, innovative anti-theft solution. So I think that I briefly covered all the subjects I wanted to cover during this general and introductory webinar, because previously we made a series of webinars about separate products, about fuel level sensors, about our Bluetooth Low Energy sensors of humidity, temperature, draws, and inclination, about our immobilizer, even 2 webinars, about our personal tracker as well, about RFID, vehicle trackers, and so on. So you can always check all these detailed webinars if you were interested now during my presentation in a specific device. And also you can get in touch with us to make your questions. I don't know, I don't see any question right now here. Maybe if we have some questions on YouTube. Dima, no, we don't have, okay. So thank you very much for being with us during this webinar, and I hope to see you next time. Am waiting for your feedback. Okay, I see one question. Do you manufacture any RFID immobilizer? No, we do not manufacture RFID immobilizer, because we have this thing now, and this thing is actually is what we like very much now in our products, and our clients also like the operation principle of this immobilizer, and we do not consider even the production of RFID immobilizer. So that was maybe the last question. Yes, but not the least. So thank you once again, and see you, I hope, see you next month with the new topic, which we will announce also very soon. Thank you, and bye.